Welcome to the first episode of the BerryTalks podcast series. For this first episode, I kind of want to start it off pretty strong, and I believe that this guest right here is a pretty good fit for this first episode. So I kind of want to introduce Braxton Benham right here. Just tell them a little bit about yourself.
What's good? BerryTalks official. I'm Braxton. I've been here for 4 years at Berry College. I play on the basketball team, and each year has been an amazing year. Each new experiences. I've been having fun with Berry, man.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm just going to state some of the statistics that Braxton has had. He's had a successful year so far. He's currently averaging 22 points per game. He has the most points, assists, rebounds, and steals for the Berry men's basketball team right now as of this season. And he is also at over 1,000 career points. And he is a 4-time SAA Player of the Week for this year. So that's some pretty strong stats. So I kind of want to start it off by how you got to Berry and, like, kind of your middle and high school journey coming up. So, like, you just want to explain your little bit how you started basketball and kind of got up to where you're at?
I mean, you know most of it.
Yeah.
Prim,
I actually went to middle and high school.
Me and Prim have been long-term best friends. Ever since middle school, ever since I started playing basketball, probably like 4th, 5th grade, me, Prim, and another guy, Trey.
Yeah.
We've been the best of friends. So just going through the process of, I played soccer at first, and I really enjoyed soccer, and then I really realized that I enjoy sports as a whole. So yeah, I started getting into basketball. I had some very good coaches throughout my rec career, middle school, high school. So they've just taught me a lot as I've grown up. I keep developing each year, and I love the grind. Love the grind for sure.
At what point in your middle or even high school did you realize, like, hey, like, I'm about to take basketball serious. Like, this is about to be the thing that I'm about to do for most of my life, or even just past, like, high school into college?
I couldn't tell you an exact point, but it's like I always loved to win, first of all. And then, obviously, we all had those dreams of being
trying
pros.
To get league bound. Yeah,
trying to go pro. Like, we
sir.
love the NBA, playing 2K, all that. We dreamed of being in games like that.
Right.
Just always taking it seriously. Always have been. But, like, through middle school and high school, they always give you a percentage of, like, this it's like 3% chance of going to play college.
Right.
Only 1% go play pro.
Exactly.
So when I hear those numbers, I think of challenge. I love a challenge.
Okay.
So when they tell me those things, I'm like, I can go do that. I believe I can do that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
like, I hate when people tell me I can't do something.
Yeah.
So I just always having that confidence in myself. But I can't tell you. I don't know exact point. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe during COVID.
COVID year?
Maybe COVID year? Maybe
I think COVID year's a good,
COVID year.
Yeah, he definitely took basketball pretty serious coming up to COVID year. So like he said, like, we went to high school together. I was actually on the same team as him. And like, honestly, he really inspired me to be like, do the best I can. Like, and when it comes, especially comes to sports, I'm like, this is a guy you want to look for, like, hard worker, trying to be the best on the team, like, do what he can, like, just make his team as successful as he can be.
Me and Prim used to grind. Grind out.
Yes, sir. So basically, like, who inspired you to become the player that you are from, like, middle or high school? Like, you have any people in mind that really inspired you?
Always been a big Kevin Durant fan.
Kevin Durant,
Kevin Durant's been my guy for a while.
Okay.
And just watching him hoop throughout his career.
Yeah.
But in general, I just love the game of basketball. So basketball in general, and then my pops played college ball.
Okay.
Yeah. And my mom was an athlete, so I just always wanted to be around
runs in the
sports.
family right
yeah,
there.
I always wanted to be around sports. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you always, like, had a hard work mentality when it comes to, like, playing basketball and, like, just sports in general, or did you kind of have to develop that, like, yeah, like, I need to start working hard, you know?
Yeah, I think it develops over time. High school ball is kind of like fluky here and there.
Because sometimes you want to, like,
just
chill, like, take a break.
Yeah, it's weird. And you don't always eat right in high school. You don't take care of your body like you should. So
exactly.
I feel like there was some times where I was in high school and it wasn't the same as when I wanted to, as I'm grinding in college. It wasn't the same. But I've always tried to be serious about whatever I do in life, whether it's schoolwork, and that comes from my mom. She taught me to always be a hard worker, always grind.
Shout out
always
moms.
I love
Shout
my
out
Dukes.
moms. Yes, sir.
Always be a grinder, whatever I do, whether it's school, anytime I'm working, basketball.
Yeah, like anything.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really that's a really good goal to have. Just take everything as serious as you can, but also have fun with it. You know, like basketball especially. You know, enjoy it while you have it. But yeah, so so we're gonna go up to like your beginning of your college career. So you kind of want to tell me like how that became, like coming to Berry, the experience of the first year.
So I got recruited kind of during COVID, so it was weird. I didn't talk to as many coaches as I probably could have.
Yeah.
But the Berry coaching staff, we were close to home. We're from Cartersville, Georgia, right here, 30 minutes away from Rome.
Gotcha.
And so close to Berry, came and visited. It was pretty nice, but they always treated me well. Obviously, I talked to other coaches, but they treated me as best
as they could.
Yeah, and so it was the best offer for me, and I've enjoyed it ever since, for sure.
Okay. Next question I have for you is how. So obviously we had COVID-19 in the previous years, and that was like was that our freshman?
No, I think it was like our junior of high school.
Junior year of high school, yeah.
Maybe.
So
but it kind of affected our freshman year.
It kind of affected our
freshman
year in college.
For sure.
Well, like we had to wear masks everywhere. Like it was just kind of crazy. But it's definitely hard to kind of get that team chemistry and like within like high school with the rest of your high school and like college in general. Because like since it was going on until freshman year, like how were you able to like connect with your teammates and like connect with your coach like through this process of being isolated and like just not being able to see like anyone for real?
Well, I would say in high school we had like a lot of things where we would come together with masks and stuff like that. But we would we had a banquet at the high school after COVID.
There was COVID.
So we had that, communicate with each other. Then we would play the game all the time with the boys.
Yeah. That was a big time for video games.
Crazy time for video games. But like we would build chemistry that way. But we always had to make sure everybody was still in the lab. We would stay up till 2-3 a.m. playing video games. Yeah. But as soon as I wake up that next morning, I'm up at Cass running stadiums.
Yeah.
Got to put the work in.
Put the work in. For sure.
Just making sure everybody stays together, putting in work.
Yeah.
Coming into freshman year, it was kind of weird because COVID affected the year before us heavily because my grade is the cutoff for the COVID year.
Yeah.
So they had everybody who got affected by COVID, they'll get a COVID year extra. So they'll end up playing like 5 years in college. But my grade was the cutoff for that, so I'll only end up playing 4 years. But coming into my freshman year, it was kind of weird because we had 18, 19 guys on the team.
Yeah, I had a big roster.
Yeah, we had a deep roster just because COVID messed up with recruiting. People were committing weird places, and it was just awkward, weird.
For sure.
But the guys I came in with, loved the guys, the freshman guys. They pushed me to a different level as well.
Exactly.
But I did come in with 5 guys as a freshman, and they all left.
So you're the only one of his class left.
Yeah.
That came in as a freshman. So
coming in as a freshman to Berry, but I love those guys, and we built chemistry, a lot of chemistry, and I still talk to them to this day.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, kind of going back to like COVID. In high school, you said it was like it's really hard getting into the gym because like you got to be isolated and stuff like that. COVID protocols. Did that like drive you to a harder work ethic whenever you hit COVID? Like, you think you wanted to work harder?
Yeah, I
or
would
did
say,
you get like?
I would say I wanted.
Stable?
I would say I wanted to work harder, just because I knew like, at that time almost everybody in America is almost still. Everybody's just sitting at home.
That's your time to really.
Yeah, you want to work harder
in the gym.
You want to work harder than the most percentage of people. So everybody's sitting at home, sitting still. All right, I'm gonna sit at home, knock out 50 to 100 push-ups here and there, like every hour. Yeah. Let me knock out some push-ups.
So like this funny story. So when we played the game COVID year, Braxton. Well, I joined in sometimes, but Braxton would have this where like if we lose a game of like NBA 2K,
had to.
He'd have to do like 50 push-ups like every game we lost. And that was really a good way of like, you know,
implementing the workout
implementing
and
the workout
what we were doing.
while doing something fun.
We were playing the game like it was the only thing to do. We were playing the game till 2, 3, 4, 4 a.m. in the morning.
So nice, bruh. Mom would come in the room. What you still
What
doing?
are y'all still
You
doing
know?
awake? I was like, I'm on a game with Prim. Nah,
Exactly.
so like we're stayed up till 2, 3, 4 a.m. and every time we lose a game, we're doing 50 push-ups. It's gonna add up.
Yeah.
It's gonna add up. So you even if that's a good way of implementing it, like
Yeah.
putting a workout and with something that you're not necessarily working out, you're still working harder than the next person.
Exactly.
I had jump ropes in my room, weighted vest in my room,
Always trying to get the workout.
ab crunch workout in my room.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
I think people get the mistake like of work ethic being like you always gotta take it serious. Like, man, like this is the only thing that matters. Like you gotta work hard, do all this, but like have a good work ethic, but also have fun with it. You know, like enjoy it. You know, like especially in like practice. I know in like high school, and middle school, we'd always like have these little shooting competitions. Like even with our coach.
Yeah.
And like those things really got us like working harder, but also having the most fun that we could have at the same time.
Yeah.
And you know, those types of coaches really make me want to keep playing, and I'm sure it made you want to keep playing.
Definitely.
And you think in like college, you have those types of like like y'all try to make practice fun.
Yeah.
You know?
We definitely we treat ourselves well because our coach always says basketball is fun. Especially at the beginning of the year, you're getting used to things. He's running us a bunch, and then at the end of practice, he's like, "All right, basketball's fun. Everybody's breathing hard."
Right.
Is
it?
Is it? But
No,
always implementing stuff that you enjoy the game. You gotta love. If you're gonna actually grind at a process, you gotta love it. And I generally do love basketball.
Yeah.
And even someone like Prim, me and Prim still work out. Prim's long gone with basketball. He done threw it. He done threw it away. But we still work out.
Girls.
Yeah, we still work out basketball to this day, and he'll beat me in shooting drills all the time. And that's just like, all right, I'm the competitive mode.
Yeah, you
best friends. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Let's go hoop. Let's go grind.
Yeah.
Let's put in that work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
sure.
Yeah. So when it comes to your freshman year, you weren't like any starter or anything, but did you get like good minutes? Like how did you?
Yeah, as a freshman, I played valuable minutes. I feel like
minutes,
anytime
okay.
you go on the court, especially in college, you want to provide something to this team.
Okay.
So
that's where my next question comes in. Is like, I was talking about that hard work mentality. Is that freshman year, that point where you're like, I'm not the main guy no more. Like I'm not the starting guy. Like you gotta take it serious. You know what I'm saying? So like you kind of want to share me like how you really became about that.
Because once you get to college, it's like you're taking the best player from high school teams and putting them all together on one team. So it's like, all right, all these other guys were the best players on their team in high school. So they could just be just as good as me. So I'm definitely not finna be the guy.
Exactly.
So you got to outwork somebody. You got to be harder than somebody.
Yeah.
I had a senior point guard in front of me. Mentor. I love the dude.
Yeah.
Great dude. Disciple and brother. Love him, man. Michael Johnson. And he taught me so well. He's a hard worker. Great guy. And he just made me want to grind my butt off. He made me want to be better each and every day. So I'm going out here competing with a senior each and every day. And that's just something that I enjoyed that grind. I enjoyed that hard work, and obviously it developed over years' time. Yeah.
So like, if anyone like is watching this, and like, you know, if you're like a freshman coming up and you're not getting those minutes, or like you're not that main guy like you were in high school, everyone else that came to college was also probably that same person. So you gotta be able to fight through those like battles that you're fighting against like your teammates, but at the same time, you also want to have that good chemistry with the teammates as well. You know, you just don't want to like take it out on them, saying like you're not getting all this minutes, blah blah blah, doing stuff like that. But yeah. So next question. So Braxton, have you ever like faced any doubts like about your abilities, like at any point in your career?
Yeah, I think something I take pride in is mentally being stable. Because any sports in general, but basketball in my case, it has its up and downs. There's days where I'm getting clamped up and I can't make a shot, and you know, everybody has off days and stuff like that. And obviously, it's gonna bring you down a little bit, which is okay.
Right.
But I like to live by a method where it's like never too down, never too high.
Never too down.
Never too low, never too. You gotta stay in the middle. Have a median. Always be in the median. So obviously, there's days where it's low, but bringing myself back up to keeping positive, staying in that median, staying in the middle. So obviously there's going to be days where I doubt myself and I'm like, all right, am I doing to the best of my ability?
Yeah.
But just grinding, working it out,
doing that hard work. So creating that work ethic is probably the best thing to do for
and
that.
always have that confidence in yourself though. That's what that's the main thing.
Be confident.
Yeah, you got to be confident in
yes,
yourself.
Sir. That's so fair. So we're like following about that. So whenever you had a bad game, like injuries or something, like how you deal with that?
Injuries happen. Injuries suck. They're the worst. But honestly, prayer, just prayer.
Praying?
Yeah, prayer, and then we got a great athletic training staff here at Berry that takes good care of us, and it's a process. You got to be patient. You got to be patient. So 2 P's, patient and prayer.
Patient and prayer.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So like going along with that, so like right now at Berry, you are, like I said, the leading scorer. You're doing all you can out there. You're trying to put, like, you have your team with you, and like you do have a bad game. Like knowing like you are like the guy to go to for right now, like trying to get those best plays, like trying to get those like points up. If you're having a bad game, like how do you overcome that? Like mid game, like in the situation.
Yeah, first of all, I'm extremely blessed to be in the position I am in today. To be a top scorer on a very good Division III team. And so I have guys that can do it all. I have guys that can score at all 3 levels. I have a whole bunch of teammates that can finish at the rim and do whatever they want to do. So I do rely heavily on my teammates. I rely heavily on them to get my own points. You know what I'm saying?
The assists.
Yeah.
Having to be highest on the assists as well. That really correlates to like getting your team involved.
Yeah, I trust my guys. I love my guys.
Yeah.
I love my team.
That's good.
And so spreading the ball, spreading the love. And as long as we get a win, I'm happy for
That's
sure.
good. That's good. See, that's the thing. Like people get that mistaken. Like I know some people like who like are best players like on a team, and they always think like, yeah, like I gotta have the ball like at all times, like trying to get like the win.
Yeah.
And like it's not all about that.
No, it's about making the best plays. You gotta make the best play for your team, and you're not always the best player. You may be the best player on the court. Right. You're not always the best player and best thing that needs to happen in that moment for sure.
So like if anybody is watching, so like, if you're like one of the best players, it doesn't always have to be just on you. Like it could be on your teammates. Like it's more of a team game. Like basketball is a team game. Yeah. So that's really a big thing to take.
Be coachable as well.
Definitely be coachable. Yeah. Rely on them coaches. Yeah. So we're gonna go into your current year now. So like I said, this guy has been going off this year. Like he's won 4-time SAA Player of the Week. You were a nominee for the
Bevo
Francis Award.
Watch list, yeah.
Watch list. Some crazy stats. Reached 1,000 points, which is a great blessing to have. Being able to do that. So what is, you think, the biggest sacrifice that you've had to make to get to the career standpoint of now, like the point where you're at?
I would really just say like time and other places. Like I don't have time to do other things.
So you're not really big on the extracurriculars.
Yeah, I can't. We used to over the summer we were into pickleball a lot. So
pickleball is definitely big, like happening. Yeah.
Yeah, so we would play, but I used to feel like I have a bunch of hobbies, but we play video games together and stuff like that. I just don't have time for all that, to be honest. It's usually nowadays it's just basketball.
Practice.
Yeah.
Because you gotta keep in mind he also has to tie in academics as well.
For sure.
Always gotta have good grades at the same time.
Got
so
to.
focus on school, guys.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest sacrifice for sure.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think the coaches and your teammates recognize about like your work ethic and the player that you are?
I would say positivity, because none of us are perfect.
Yeah. But you always have days, you're always going on.
So even when you're making mistakes, allow those mistakes to lead you in the right way. Stay positive with it. So I think they see my positivity, and even when I'm heckling or I'm getting on to somebody else, hopefully they see it in a positive manner that I'm trying to help lead them in the right way. So I would say positivity. For
Positivity
sure.
is your main thing. Okay.
For sure.
Do your coaches like? Obviously, your coaches know like they trust you so much. Like I've seen it. I know like other people I've seen it like during games. They trust you. So like, how's your like player coach relationship with your coach?
Really good.
Really good?
Throughout Berry, I've had 4 different coaches. So each
Yeah.
year, I basically had a new coach. So it's hard to like build trust here and there. But Coach Matthew Richter,
Coach Rick.
yeah, that's
Yes,
my guy
sir.
right there. He does a great job. We talk on and off the court all
That's
the
great.
time.
Yeah.
Just building our relationship. Talk about other things other than basketball because most of our talks it's always about basketball. So we always make sure to get in some other stuff and
Yeah.
just talk about life for real. You know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out Coach Rick. Yeah. So like, you said you have 4 coaches. That's what you said. 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, knowing like having a new coach coming in, that's always a little pressure. You know, like you don't know how he's gonna react to you. Like you don't even know how much minutes you'll get. Like things like that. Basically, how did you like persuade these coaches? Like, you know, your guy to be like, you need to be on that court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where you just you can't force anything. So it's like you just gotta rely on yourself. Go out, pick up every day, grind, and go out, practice every day.
Work
grind,
ethic.
You're in the weight room. Make sure you're in college. The weight's so much different. So there's gonna be guys lifting way more than you, but make sure you're progressing to where you should. So at the beginning of the year, you're lifting a certain amount.
Yeah.
All right, now the end of the lifts, you've gone 20, 25 pounds more.
Yeah.
Okay, coach sees your progress. Coach sees you're in the gym.
Yeah.
Coach sees you're grinding. So it's like that's like a level of indirectly building your trust with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, like just having a hard work ethic, doing the right things, like just listening to coach. You know, that's really just gonna get you where you at.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so actually, in middle and high school, this guy used to be pretty skinny.
Yeah, no, I was very skinny.
He really started putting that muscle in, so he wanted to take it to the next level, and that's where that work ethic comes in, because it's not easy being like a skinny guy and putting all that muscle in.
We have weird metabolisms too. We could eat all day.
We can eat all day and just like I'll be losing weight, you know.
So
it's
no
like,
weight.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so every time you step on the court, do you always like have that mentality to be the best person, like be the best player, or do you take it to a different approach? Like, how do you go about that?
I realize when I do step on the court, I realize the abilities I have, and hopefully other people realize their role, their abilities that they can bring towards the court. Whether it's you're a shooter, whether you're a good screener, roller, whether you a good handler setting up plays, and just being a good leader all around. So when I step on the court, I think about being a good leader and using my abilities to make the best play each and every time down the court.
Yeah.
Whether it's on defense, I love to play defense. I love when we're getting active on defense. And seeing it, switching the floor.
You were 2 years ago, last year, defensive player of the year.
2-time
defensive player of the year.
Yeah, 2 times.
Yeah, see, defense. That's a big thing.
We'll try to run it back again this year
For sure.
yeah, I want to make the best play on the court.
Yeah.
At all times, and whether that's just me sitting corner and spacing the floor for somebody else, as long as I'm making the best play for the team. Yeah.
Okay. So for like we said, I played high school ball and middle school ball with him. So like me personally, I believe that you are a great person to get the best in others. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like for me, like I especially was a really good shooter in high school and like middle school. He really knew how to get me involved, like getting that ball to me so I can shoot it as much as possible. And like even like our bigs, you know, getting them involved by playing his game, but also using our like best abilities of our game to get, you know, good looks.
I was still like developing a shot in high school, so
yeah, he was still working on a shot.
I was definitely one of the fastest kids on the court, so
still are. Yeah, still is.
So whenever I could get past somebody and draw two and kick it out or dish it to a big, but kick it out to print for a 3 is automatic.
Yeah,
automatic.
For sure. And I've went to a bunch of like Berry home games and like seen the team play, and he's definitely done a great job of being a leader and just like getting everyone involved. And you know, the stat sheet shows that like he's leader in most of the categories, and is hopefully going to be another defensive player of the year, which would be great. But yeah, so I kind of want to talk about like your future. of Berry basketball. You know, we both only got a semester left. You know,
Yeah,
last
we gotta
semester
graduate,
trying to make
yeah.
it the best we can. So like, what are kind of like your goals going into the postseason?
Just taking every day one day at a time. Just being
Okay.
patient. I realize that graduation is coming. It's coming soon. The
Yeah.
end of class is coming. End of college. End of seeing your friends
New
every
life.
day. Yeah, it's
New
a whole
life.
new life. We're about to
Yeah.
grow up for real.
Exactly.
So I understand that, and it's gonna come sooner than we think.
Yeah.
So just taking each day at a time, realizing this one of my last practices on the court today. I need to bring my all. This is one of my last
Exactly.
day in the class. Let me make sure I'm locked in.
Yeah.
This is my last day. I may see Prim on the way to lunch. Make sure I have a good conversation. So
Right.
each day it's just like don't take everything for granted. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. So like when it comes to practices and stuff like that, coming up to your like SA tournament and stuff like that, like how are you going to be the best leader for your team when it comes to things like practice and like, you know, it's becoming crunch time. You only got what, four games?
Four games left. Yeah,
four games left. Like
three on the road, one at
it's
home.
about to be like postseason right there, and like playoffs are coming up. And like, what do you think you gotta like do to get everyone on the right track and be a leader?
I would say, first of all, just be a leader in general.
Yeah.
You know, speak out, talk, communicate. You can't be a leader without communicating, being silent.
For sure.
You got to be vocal.
Gotcha.
So staying vocal and holding people accountable, and then staying positive. You can critique somebody and still be positive. You can help somebody lead them in the right pathway and still be positive and doing it for the right reasons. So, no, definitely
Staying positive.
Yeah.
Being the best guy you can. Yeah. So yeah, main thing I really want to get out of this is like, I just want to like let everyone know that, you know, having a work ethic, like trying to be the best player you can be, like it always doesn't have to be like straight up, you got to do this, like it's just always serious. You know, you want to have like fun with things, like enjoy what you have, but also like take it to a certain extent of being serious, you know?
Yeah.
Like don't always goof off, you know. You could always have sometimes, you know, you goofing off like with the team.
Yeah.
But coming up from like with Braxton right here, you know, he's a really good example of like showing work ethic and just being the leader and enjoying the game at the same
having
time.
fun at
You
the
know,
same time.
a lot of D1 athletes, D2 athletes I've seen, they really just get burnt out like this because like, you know, their work ethic just like drops because like they're just not enjoying the game no more. You know,
you gotta enjoy the process.
Yeah, it's more like a job, and like
process.
You really want to enjoy your job, you know. So it kind of correlates with like basketball and like just team sports in general.
Yeah.
But you got anything else you want to add to the pod? Anything you want to say? Like,
I appreciate
shout out some people. You know,
I appreciate you for having me on. Shout out the Berry men's basketball team. I think we might come back on again as the whole team.
Possibly in the future. It might get the
or
whole team out.
or a decent sized group. So let us know what y'all want. But
for sure.
I appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, shout out, brother.
BerryTalks
so
official,
much.
man.
That was the first episode of BerryTalks official. Episodes will probably be coming out about every 2 weeks, getting some new athletes in here, and just kind of sharing experiences, having a mindset, you know, just having a good time, enjoying life. And I appreciate everyone for tuning into this, and it's been a great 30 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Solid.
That was dope.
Thanks so much. Have a good day.